Hi, my friends in the Story Studio. I'm sending you a video because I think it might be easier for you to get a sense for the lesson this way, and a little bit easier for me to explain it this way to you. So you have 3 activities in your room. An optional 4th, you're probably not going to do. But if you want to, you can. So the first thing that you're going to do when the kids are going to come in is you're going to play hot lava. And you know how kids love playing hot lava. If you don't know how that's played, you have to hop from thing to thing to thing, and whatever is underneath it is the hot lava that you can't land in. So, like, I have these little carpet circles. See them there in the room? And I'm just setting them up for you to see now, but I'll just put them in a stack for you, these carpet circles. And what you'll do is you'll let the kids design the path. That's part of the fun for them. So have them start designing a path where they have to hop from circle to circle to circle to stay out of the hot lava. Once you think all of your kids have arrived in the room, then you need to formalize the game. And the way that you're going to formalize it is you're going to then grab these little hot lava cards. These are your hot lava cards, okay? It's just little pieces of paper that look like hot lava. And each one of them has a proverb. Am I upside down or just that? Oh yeah, it's backwards to my eyes. I hope it's the right way for you. Each one of them has a proverb on it. And here's why. Here's how this works. Dave's starting the happiness series for the next 3 months. And that series principally draws off the book of Proverbs, Ecclesiastes, and the Psalms. So you guys are going to be hanging out in the book of Proverbs, learning about the kinds of things that make you happy and the kinds of things that make you unhappy. And so there's not one story, there's a large collection of proverbs. So each one of these little pieces of fire, which has a proverb on it, and also I'm attaching the document so you can see the list of verses, they have to do with one of 3 things. It either has to do with the way you use your mouth, the way you use your body, or the way you have relationships. And when you say the way you use your heart. So it's your mouth, your heart, or your body. So what you'll do is, when you're ready to begin your lessons, you'll have one child take one card of hot lava, and then you have another child who will become the king. He will dress as the king. If you want, if you have a large class, you can have the king's son and the king's mother. You're welcome to do that, because the book of Proverbs talks about the king and his son and the king's mother. So they could be characters. And one of them would read the proverb. And then the kid who picked it out would go then and put their flaming lava on one of the circles. So then now your circle becomes the lava. And you don't want to walk on the circle. So your lava is all the pitfalls that you want to avoid in life. So, for example, here's one that says, people who do not get along with others are interested only in themselves. They'll disagree with what everyone else knows is right. So that's a pitfall. That's your lava that you want to avoid. So you read it. You can talk about it, but if you talk about it, keep it really short, or your lesson will go real long. And I encourage you to talk about it. Just make sure that you don't turn each proverb into a sermon, or you'll lose the kids' interest. So put your lava right on one of your circles on your path. And after your kids have done that, then take your big blue pillows that are over in the corner there and disperse them around the room. And instead of walking from circle to circle to circle, you have to walk from pillow to pillow to pillow, making sure that you don't touch any of the hot lavas. If anybody touches one, they got to pick up the card and read the verse. So it's up to you to make sure that you make this thing tight so that some of the kids will land on the circle. So help them with their construction, okay? Because the point is you want them to be able to hear these verses. Okay, so then after they've had that active game, then the next thing that they're going to do is they're going to play Would You Rather. And so gather them around you in a group, okay? And you're going to tell them that these questions come from the king. Because they do. Every one of these Would You Rather questions is directly from the book of Proverbs. So I'll give you an example. Here's one. Here's your cards. You're going to let the kids pick which card they want, just gather one randomly. And then you read it to them. Would you rather live in the raging hot desert or be married to someone who loses their temper and likes to argue? and let the kids answer any way that they want to. You're probably going to hear some things because of these questions, I'm going to guess. And then after they answer the question, then you read the proverb, which is written right underneath the question, that answers the question for them. It's better to live alone in the desert than with a quick-tempered wife who loves to argue. So it's your collection of would you rather questions, and that's also attached so that you know how that goes. So that's your teaching. Your teaching is coming from the first two activities. The third activity that you're doing is giving them an opportunity. This is the one I think you might not do, but you're welcome to do it. The third activity is, if you feel like it and the weather will be nice, you can go out into the woods, where if you were here for sheepdog, it's where we had the ropes course. If you're not sure where it's at, ask me and I'll point it out to you. But there's trails in the woods. If you want to go out to the woods, you can take ropes, just because I know how much Kim Durbin loves it when I give you guys ropes. You can take ropes and tie them up out there in order to make an under, over course for yourselves, and just let the kids have fun seeing if they can make it through the under, over on the ropes, and talk about, when they're out there doing that, how God tells us that there are ways we can make our path nice and smooth and avoid all of these problems by listening to the sound wisdom and the ways that we can be made happy that we get from the book of Proverbs. So I hope you feel good about that. But again, like I said, you don't have to do that. Your final activity, and this is what you can do when you think the parents are about to come, give the kids a little bit of time, is just they're back in the room. I'm sure they're glad to be back in the rooms, and you probably are too. Give them the window markers and let them write on the mirror. I prefer for them to write on the mirror and on the windows. Have them pick one of the proverbs, which they can find on the pieces of hot lava, or they can find one of the proverbs from the pink cards, and have them try to illustrate it. Pick something about it that they can draw. Illustrate it on the window or on the mirror. So that's your lesson for Sunday. If you have any questions, shoot me back an email. I hope you guys have fun.